We're here at the Chill Factore today because obviously my accident happened when I was on my way home from my ski season in Alpe d'Huez. So I'd been spending the 4 months out there, and I'd spent the whole time skiing and working and partying, and unfortunately on the way down was when my accident happened. So I've always been a skier. I started skiing when I was 8, and I've skied at least once a year for about 12 years. So obviously I'm a very keen skier. So that was one thing that when my accident happened and when I started to get back on my feet again and things like that, it was something I really wanted to do for myself, because just because it happened to me, I don't want it to affect the things that I want to do, which is why I decided to, first of all, I went to the Llandudno ski slope, and I was working with Disability Ski Wales, and that's on a dry slope, so I was learning how to ski there, and I was connected to all the harnesses, and I was being helped a lot by people and by all the instructors. And then after a few weeks there, I then came here, and I've been working with Lee Power once a week, and obviously it's real snow, so it's much more like what I'll be going back to in our forthcoming holiday in December. So with Lee, I've progressed from being completely reliant on someone to help me to being completely independent and skiing. Obviously I'm not back to where I was before, but I'm hoping within the next few months that I'll be able to get there.
I'm Lee Power. I'm a ski instructor, adaptive ski instructor. She just booked a lesson. She'd been to Wales, and I think somebody had recommended her. I think the physio had recommended her, and I just happened to be the first ski instructor that was in on that day. Yeah, she's really good. She's a pleasure to ski with. She's very determined, very critical of herself, but tries really, really hard. So for me, it makes my job that easy. It's just really confident. It's just getting in that nice skiing position and just making it as fun and just her own ability really is taking over. She was a skier before, I met her, and it's just bringing that back into her. That's all. So she's confident again. So it's just mainly confidence that we're working on, but it's quite easy. She's a very determined person. Well, our main aim now, is when we first met Kat, was to get her so that she can ski in France, which is in December. She's got a holiday in France, so our main aim is to get her skiing better than the family, so she's the best skier on the slope. So that's our first goal, and we've not actually discussed the second goal yet, but once we get to that goal, hopefully we'll start getting her to do a bit more freestyle, maybe a bit of racing, and just improve her skiing, get her as good as we can possibly can. Obviously that depends on what direction Kat wants to go, whether she wants to be a racer, jump through hoops, or just general skiing.
We did a lot of learning to walk, so she was just walking in the parallel bars. So then she found she could walk on her own by stamping. So she was obviously getting feedback from stamping on the floor to the brain. That's called proprioception. And then on the 28th of February, she just walked, just took off. Just like a child would do when they're learning, or a baby would do when it's learning to walk. So from then on, it was distance and duration. Done a lot of gym works with weights to try and build strength in her muscles, which she's done very well. And most of her muscles are back at pretty well full strength now, apart from her feet. She's one of the easiest patients I've ever had to work with because she's so determined. Quite a feisty young lady, but she never complains. She always looks forwards. She never looks back. She just has a very good attitude to everything. She'll tell you if it hurts, and if she doesn't like the idea of doing something, she'll tell you. But she obviously goes away and thinks about it, and the next day she'll usually give it a whirl. Very, very, very forward thinking, and just wants to get back to normal. Her hands really are the main thing because. She's got movement back. She had no movement at all when she came out of hospital because she had something called critical illness neuropathy, which patients get when they've been in a coma or an induced coma, and it's all the drugs, and when they come round nothing moves. So she's come a long way. She's had to learn to move everything, but mostly now just her fingers and grip and strenuous things with her hands. But it's coming. We just don't know how far it is going to recover. It's a bit like a crystal ball. So when I originally spoke to her dad, I said if I can get her back on her skis, I'll have achieved everything I wanted to do with her, and she's done that for herself.